My name is Kamil Peters. As I found the medium of metal, I was an artist for a while, but was searching. Once I found steel and gained the respect for it and started to get into it, it really started to shape and mold me. There are so many other mediums that are manipulatable, which mine is as well, but also you have to work with how unforgiving it is. That's something that I was able to correlate to my past and growing up and navigating as a young Black man in the society, where the give and take becomes a part of accepting that some things can change, but others can't. And how do you navigate through both in order to come out with a positive outcome in the long run? Over time, to subscribe as a Black and brown artist, I do believe it is our job to document history because who else is going to? But I also found myself doing it free of form, free of parameters. Once I started to learn a bit more about my history, it was an interesting epiphany to discover that American history does start with the movie Roots, with Alex Haley's book, because it's American history. I was always upset and frustrated by that as a youth, learning about American, but yet African American history. It wasn't until I got to college that I was able to take an African studies course and learn about the history that was before that and how deep that history digs. So to subscribe to American history as much as take myself out of my comfort zone and say, I am this, that which is from Africa, that which is from the native people of this land, and anything else, my work started to be something in that I could take from any culture that I wanted to because they're all a part of me. When I make a mask, it's a little bit of everybody. It's a little bit of every culture. It's a little bit of everything that we've done, that we have documented, and to bring it to a current day medium, everything is accountable now. Everything makes sense in this new age approach, but taking historical, I guess, visual parts of it. So you might see some Nairobi, you might see some Phoenician, you might see some of any and everything in it. And I always thought it was interesting, out of the large number of pieces that I've created as the mask work is concerned, who subscribes to what? Is it because it's related to their culture? Is it because it calls to them in some specific way? That documentation of history, of the present, which is now, as of making it yesterday, today, the past, my bond to it becomes the means of creating yesterday for today, the means of documenting yesterday for today. And internally, I live on through the pieces that travel throughout the world, throughout the country, the state, who cares? And so over a little bit of time and understanding that more and more, I don't want to say I subscribe to being Black artists. I'm an artist. I happen to be Black as well. I do want to pay attention to the current things that are happening in our time, and no difference than James Baldwin or James Weldon Johnson, who paved the way for us in the way they did, but they didn't subscribe to being Black people that gained an education, to Black people that, you know, are navigating through this awkward time as much as an intelligent person that's navigating through this time and then labeled. And to leave those labels behind, especially as we're trying to leave such labels in the past or remove them from ourselves, I'm manipulating time and space and a material that will live beyond me. My kids will be here to see it after I'm gone. And my family, my generations after, people know my name. And my name is that which becomes prolific because I'm pushing heavy to make people see that this is what we've always been about. This is a time that we put into our work. It's love, it's spiritual, and to connect with that means more than anything else. So I give back as much as possible. I work with the local community. I work with the greater community to bring young people in to gain accessibility to my space and learn and share such knowledge. It's important to me to let these secrets become common.